My dear friends, in today's gospel, we witness a very private moment between Jesus and his disciples. In fact, Jesus asked a question to his disciples, "Who do people say that I am?" It is not that Jesus didn't know the opinion the people had about him, but rather Jesus wanted to introduce a second question for which he is laying the premise through this first question. And what is that? He wanted to further ask them, "Who do you say that I am?" But for the first question, the answer he gets is his relation to John the Baptist or Elijah or one of the prophets. Clearly, Jesus understood that the disciples were not considering him as the person that he should be thought of. So he asked the second question, "Who do you say that I am?" And the reply was, "You are the Christ of God." So they see him as a savior sent by God in order to look into their lives. Well, we all see Christ as our savior. We all see him as our redeemer, the Messiah, the chosen one. So many synonyms are used for Christ in the way he affects our day-to-day life. But now it has to go rather very profound. And that is what Jesus lays down after the answer of his disciples. He says the Son of Man has to suffer, through which he is going to bring you salvation. So the nature of salvation, or the means through which salvation is brought about, is exposed by Jesus through the manner in which he is going to run the mission. My dear brothers and sisters, this is a question that we need to ponder in our day-to-day life and in our day-to-day realizations of our life. Because very often we try to get to things through the easy way, through the not so difficult manner. But I think Jesus is telling us there is no real glory without a bit of suffering. There is no real credit that comes to your life without really burning. So Jesus is laying down the principle also for his disciples. Well, if you're looking for salvation, if you're looking towards a savior, well, this is the manner. You have to suffer. You have to go through a lot of trouble. And Jesus is just laying the principles for it through his own life. That is the principal reason why very often we picture Jesus as a pattern for all our Christian life. Therefore, my dear brothers and sisters, we need to look at this passage from a realistic point of view, not just from an opinion point of view. It's a real life is being depicted here by Jesus, not based on principles, not based on certain ideas, but the real manner in which life is to be lived. And that Jesus is showing through his own life to his disciples, being a real teacher. So today, when we reflect on this passage, I think all of us should look at it from our own personal lives. That is exactly what I think we should be doing. May God be blessed.